I need this remote control to turn on the running lights on the trailer. I'm not making this up. At any moment, that axle could have ejected into outer space, but he seemed to think it was okay. Should it be saved? Look at this thing. This utility trailer was advertised on Marketplace for 200 bucks. I messaged the guy. He messaged me back and said, if you come right now with 150 bucks, you can have it. And I said, is it a decent trailer? I don't expect to get much for 200 bucks, but is it just junk or what? No, it's pretty good. I run my 1000cc side-by-side on it. I just need it gone right now because I don't have a place to park it. So I drove in to see it. Even though it's patchworked, the wood all looks in decent shape. It's not rotted through, and there are a few different layers, and he said he did that just to build it up so that when he put his side-by-side on there, there's just more strength, and he had these spare pieces. He's got a lot of tie downs welded on here. This angle iron right along here, along the perimeter, looks really good. Even in the back, lots of different tie downs. He said all the lights worked, and the tires are new, and the bearings have been replaced not long ago. What could be wrong with this, right? Well, the lights do work, and what's weird about it is these lights are the running light, and he told me they're battery powered, and you need this remote control to turn on the running lights on the trailer. I'm not making this up. He also told me that he had two ATVs on here side by side, and he noticed the drawbar was starting to bend. So he added this piece of wood right here to strengthen it. But it looks straight, so I thought, well, okay, I guess it's all right. But then I noticed he's used plywood to laminate on either side of that center drawbar. Plywood with machine screws. Then I got down. I'm starting to see a pattern of things. But it must rattle and flap when you're driving. Well, it used to be a piece of box steel. Now it's C-channel. That is rusted right through. And then if you zoom out a little bit, what have we got going here? We got a piece of steel that's put in with some machine screws. That's not even tight. I'm gonna take that out so it doesn't end up in my driveway. And he did that because the leaf spring shackle has torn away from the frame, and he's done this to try and reinforce it. Look, oh yeah, can you see the gap between where the bolt goes into the shackle, how ovaled out the shackle is? Wait a minute, what is this? This is a rope that goes from the axle all the way to the front of the trailer, and that rope is there so the axle doesn't get ripped back that way when you hit a bump. Look at this, these are the new shock here, and instead of rubber ones, we've got 3 2x8s laminated together over top of the spring. You can see that those wooden bump stops are there because the tire wore into the bottom of the bed and burnt through the plywood. This spring shackle is almost ripped right off of that cross member right there. Bringing this home, I was worried it wouldn't even support its own weight. And this guy had 1000cc side by side on it. There's nothing good on it other than the tires and the axle, and he claims that the bearings have been replaced. So other than that, this thing is useless. At any moment, that axle could have ejected into outer space, but he seemed to think it was okay. Make sure that you don't just say, oh, okay, the guy says it's a good vehicle. Maybe they even believe that it is. Not even that people are lying to you. Sometimes it's that they just don't know any better. And you really got to make sure you take the time and put in the effort to check the things that you're buying first. If you don't, you could end up buying a truck, a trailer, anything, thinking it's in great shape, and it's not even safe for you to bring home. So I gave him $100 and a dozen eggs for my chicken. So I think I'll strip the axle and the wheels off it and throw the rest in the trash heap. So why did I do that? I did it for one reason, because the whole time I was there, I thought this would make a funny YouTube video.